Hi guys, I'm Tony Alden, and today I have a question for you. Have you ever wanted to unbind a variable or to unbind a function? If the answer is yes, bear with me. We are going to see how to do that in this video. So before we start, unbind is not the right term for what we are doing, but we understand what we are doing, and we are going to see better what do we mean. So for instance, we can define the variable set que foo which with the value bar, and now if we use the function message that print out in the echo area the variable foo, we should see bar. So this is what we have, and now what we want to do is to do something to the symbol foo to make it to make the call of message of that form to return void variable that says that the symbol foo is no longer a variable seen as a variable. So to do that, we use the function make unbind, and we are going to look at that function. It takes a symbol, so we are going to give it the symbol foo, and what it does, it empty out the value cell of symbol, making it void as a variable. So what we can do right now is to go back there and maybe see what is a symbol. So we are not going to see to read everything. We are in the info node for symbol, and a symbol is an object with a unique name, and the thing that we want to see are the components of a symbol. So each symbol has 4 components called cells, each of which reference another object. So they are here. So we have print name, the symbol's name, value, the symbol's current value as a variable. So this is that cells that we are going to modify that value, either to give us bar as we just seen, or void variable. So we are going to empty this cells. For the same name, the same symbol name, we can have the cell function. So this is the thing that we are going to make the function void after, and we have a property list with some other information. So this is what the information we have for the symbol. We can see now for a variable, what is a variable? So a variable is a name used in a program to stand for a value. This is also in Lisp. Each variable is represented by a Lisp symbol. We've seen that. And precisely, the variable name is simply the symbol's name. So the cell symbol, the cell of the symbol, and the variable's value is stored in the symbol's value cell. So now we still haven't used make unbind. So if we call again message foo, everything works. We see bar in the echo area. Now we can inspect the the value of the symbol, the name, and other things. So here we can see symbol name. So you can read at the bottom, return symbol's name as a string. We have symbol plist, so it returns the property list. We have return symbol's value. So this is the symbol of the value of the variable, and we also have a symbol plist name and symbol's function. So the cell of the function, return symbol's function definition or nil if that is void. So now we could do that. We pass it a symbol, and normally we should see bar, because the symbol foo as a variable has the cell value set to bar. So this is what I've just evaluated that expression, and we see bar. For instance, if we do something like that as a function, the symbol foo is not defined. So we can see nil at the bottom. We just evaluate. It's not a function because the cell of the symbol foo, the cell function is not set. So now, with make unbound that we can reread again this is empty out the value cell symbol, making it void as a variable. So here we have this. We are going to less. We pass it the symbol, and now we want to make it. I still haven't evaluated, but we can first do another thing that it can be helpful in some programs to see the function bound p return true if the symbol value is not void. So we can see I've just evaluated, and we see at the bottom that it returned true, so it's okay for us. Now we're going to unbind it. We unbind it. It returns the symbol. This is what we expected. If we use this one bound foo as a variable, the symbol foo is a variable, yes or not. The answer, we evaluate the form. The answer is no. So it returns nil. And now, if we call message foo, we should this should return an error which is void variable. So let's see what happens. So we see at the bottom, symbol's value as a variable is void, foo. So this is the error that we get. So we've seen just right now how to make a variable, a symbol as a variable empty, void. We make it void by making its value cell empty. So we can do the same for function. So let's say we defined a function that we call foo, takes maybe no argument. We don't want this. Maybe, see, yes, here we take an argument that we call x, message, and we return the message x. So right now, foo doesn't is not a function, and we can see that. We can see symbol function for foo, which is we are going to do the same thing that we did here. But yes, okay, sorry. So we really defined it. So we are going first to define it. We define foo. So now we evaluate that form. So the function foo is defined. So we can use it. So we call the function foo that take one argument, and we are going to pass it bar, maybe bars to see that we're doing something different than before. This should print the message in the echo area. This is what we have. Now we can look at symbol function of foo. So we are looking at the cell foo of the symbol, at the cell function of the symbol foo, and we evaluate, and this return that list that start with lambda. So this is saying that in the cell function of the symbol foo, we have a function that is a lambda that take x and returns the message x. So we are good. We can also test if it is bound. We know that it is bound because we use symbol functions that return that function. So we can test it. It returns true because we have a function, and now we do the thing that why we are doing that video, that we want to empty the cell function of the symbol foo. So we evaluate, it returns the symbol, and normally if we try f bound the foo, it must not be bound. So this is what we wanted. And the last thing is that if we called that function with a proper argument, but the function is not defined, we should have error, the error void function. So we evaluate it, and we have symbol function definition is void. So foo is not defined, the symbol foo is not defined as a function. So this is what I wanted to see with you today. So we've seen the function make unbound and f make unbound. We also seen bound p, f bound p, symbol value symbol function, and I will let you with the info notes that we can look at that have an extensive information about all we did today. So I hope you enjoy the video, and see you next time.